Hi, Hariharan Iyer, the entertainer, and I welcome you back to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to talk to you about a very interesting subject, which is personal relationship versus working relationship, or personal relationship versus professional relationship. Now, there are a lot of people with whom we share a very personal bond, and there are a lot of people with whom we have very strong professional relationships. Now, what is common in both these personal and professional relationships is the element of trust. A sustainable personal relationship is also based on trust and a lot of emotional connect. And a strong, sustainable professional relationship is also based on trust and then maybe some element of emotional connect also. But should you work with people with whom you have a strong personal relationship? We have often seen that friends fall out in business, relatives fall out once they start working together. What is important to appreciate here is just having a strong personal relationship does not necessarily translate into a strong professional relationship. Because what happens is when you start working together, the dynamics are totally different. There are certain temperaments we bring to our work. We have a certain way at which we look at our work. We have a slightly different worldview when we compare it with a purely personal relationship when we are working together, or even when you're working individually, because our workspace it defines our identity, and our personal relationships, they define our sense of belongingness, our happiness. So it's a tricky question. Should you work together if you have strong personal relationships? I think there is no real the answer for this, but I think if sometimes it's just beautiful to keep personal relationships that way, just keep them that way. They're so beautiful. Don't disturb them. They're nice. But when you're having a working relationship with somebody, what is imperative is you cannot have a great working relationship unless there is a certain level of personal bond, unless there is a certain level of personal understanding and personal respect, mutual respect. So while a personal relationship may not translate into a working relationship or a professional relationship's foundation is always on the basis of some level of personal bond or trust. Whenever I have to work with people, I use a little bit of a wait and watch approach in terms of seeing how it goes. I observe myself also, I observe the other person also in terms of how we behave with each other, especially when there may be some tricky moments in the work context. And I've come to realize and understand that a working relationship is a very different dynamic altogether. And it requires a synergy and temperament and a mental matching of a different kind as compared to a personal relationship. So when you're having a working relationship with people, what is imperative is to understand the person behind the professional. That way you connect better and you'll be able to also understand some of the behaviors or styles that emerge when working. They may be strongly interlinked, or they may be operating in separate dynamics. It all depends upon how much you get to understand basis observation. And a working relationship is always delicate, it's dynamic. So is a personal relationship. It's more delicate than anything. But a working relationship is also very dynamic, and you require a lot of adaptability when it comes to a working relationship, because it's not just about few people working together. It's also about being impacted by the environment in which you are operating in. So have a little bit of a discriminatory approach in terms of whenever you are evaluating a personal relationship and a working relationship. And just try to ensure that Even if a working relationship is not working out after some time, exit on a good note with one another, with each other. And if you think it's just not worth disturbing a beautiful personal relationship, do not try to take that into the operational or the professional space, because the dynamics totally shift when two close friends or two close relatives, they start working together. Then the expectations from each other start altering. So it's a very interesting dynamic in terms of uh, what is a personal relationship, what's a working relationship, and what are the variables around it. I just thought I'll share some thoughts around it. Hope it makes some sense to you in terms of triggering of some thought process. I would love to hear from you. What do you think about this difference between a personal and a professional relationship or a working relationship? Keep watching. I'll be back very soon with one more learning nugget. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Till we meet again, God bless you and thank you very much.